Okay, I'm in trouble. This morning, as we were walking into the show,
the danger of the show.
I said to Rachel, we need to hang out in the Alliance booth a little bit more because we are brand ambassadors for Alliance. Well, that was the biggest mistake that I have made in
lately
17 years of marriage.
15 minutes.
Because now somebody wants to upgrade to a new RV.
Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy campers.
And after losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds,
we realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a brand new adventure, Joe.
So as I said in the intro, we came in, we're walking around. Rachel hit me over the head with a frying pan this morning.
I did not.
I needed a new hat.
He tried to get something out of the pass-through.
And that door fell on my head.
It was so dark out when we left to head this way that, yeah, he was not looking and he hit. I am not abusing this man. Tell him I'm not abusing you.
You're giving me too much credit because it wasn't even I wasn't looking and I didn't see. It was Joe being stupid, trying to hold two boxes in his hand and opening up the pass-through door at the same time. And since you got it halfway up, now how do you lift it up when your hands are full? You use your head.
PSA, don't be Joe.
And you lift it up with your head, only it didn't hit the magnet and fell back down. So you're giving me too much credit. So anyway, we're here at the 2025 Florida RV Super Show. We're in the Alliance area right now. And Rachel just found an RV and she wants to upgrade. So we're gonna take a look at a new RV.
So this is the Avenue 30BH. And I know what you're thinking, bunkhouse. Rachel, Joe, what are you talking about? A bunkhouse. You would never want a bunkhouse. Well, let me show you how this bunkhouse is completely different and delicious. Come back here to this room. Look at this. Talk about versatility. The one thing that we could always use more of, especially when we are at the farm, is more room. Having a little bit more room, whether you're on the road or you're using it like we are to live in while you're renovating a house, having a great room like this is absolutely amazing. Now, a lot of the bunkhouses, we have said in past videos, make the kids feel like they are living in a coffin. Like they put the beds almost where you're like kissing the ceiling. And I don't think young or old anybody wants to sleep like that. So here we are with a really useful bunkhouse with ample room overhead. We've got a beautiful bed here. And look at the storage. Storage is always a thing. Now, of course, this would be a perfect room, designated room for our grandbaby to stay in when she visits us. Look at this. On this side, you actually have a nice couch. You can put a television set up there. I mean, this is a perfect playroom, but it also acts as fantastic storage. Here's another bed that you can pull down, or you can put it up like a Murphy bed and use it that way.
Now, that couch there also folds out to another bed. But honestly, if we were to get this, I would just not have that put in at all. And I would actually build the desk into there and we would have a desk area. I would probably leave the bed on the other side because at least you have an extra place so that I can have the master bedroom and you could just sleep out here.
Done, because I get my own television set if I'm in here.
And you'd have a place for Peyton to sleep when she's over at the house.
I like that you have nice plugins here. And then if you follow me around here, you can see that you have storage here. Also, because right now when our grandbaby comes to visit, I keep like toys inside of a tote, but here you have a little bit more room. If you've got like visitors that you have on the regular, or you've got kids that you're traveling with, you can keep their fun stuff there. Another thing I love about this extra room is a sliding barn door. So when it is bedtime, that is non-negotiable. You're going to bed.
You really like your barn doors.
I love barn doors because we don't waste space with open doors and take up our precious room. Now let's move over here to the dinette. Now I know that I have hated on dinettes in the past, but that's because I feel like they're not positioned well and oftentimes have a seat that is useless in that U-shaped dinette. But this is really nice, beautiful tables. So you have a designated area for dining. You have this amazing television set right here, which is in perfect eye line of the couch on the other wall. We'll show you that in a minute. You've got some nice cabinetry because you can never have too much storage. Now, I don't know if they could change this into a table and chairs if you don't want a dinette.
We'll find out.
Possibility. But if you keep it as a dinette, you get that bonus extra storage underneath. Now let's move over to this side where I told you perfect eye line for the television set with this sofa with beautiful recliners. One thing that you often get in a fifth wheel versus like if you're in a travel trailer is the windows as well. Just so much natural light coming in these. It's just absolutely beautiful. But I love that we kept something that I really enjoy from our Delta, and that is the little cubby where I put my books, my Bible, all of my study materials so that it doesn't have to be clutter inside of the RV. You got to see this. Look at this on the countertop. Look at this storage. This is nuts. This is crazy. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful amount of storage. Then you have a great amount of room for food prep. This is a very adequate kitchen with lots of storage. Look at that. You've got the residential microwave, of course, soft close hinges all around. And I really love the color. A lot of times now you're seeing the gray and the grayish come into play. And so I just love the color selection for their decor.
Also, I want to mention that these appear to be solid surface countertops.
Yeah.
So you don't have any kind of, laminated countertops or anything like that.
No.
And then also, you've got an oven right here. And it's a little bit bigger than the Easy Bake Oven with a pot and pan drawer below it.
Then you have nice 3-burner stove on top. And I really like the position of having the window here really, really beautiful so that even if you're stuck on kitchen duty, you don't feel like you're missing out on the fun. Now turn around and look at the size of this beautiful sink. Super, super useful. And you've got your electrical panel down there. And then they have reinforced drawers with a knife and fork silverware separator. That is a really, really nice feature. More drawers down here. Look at this. Just so much storage. Look at this spice rack. It's adorable. Absolutely love it.
Up here in the ceiling, we do have a max air fan here, as well as ducted AC. So there's a couple of the ducts there. Here's going to be our Coleman Mach AC, which is already equipped with RV airflow. We're going to have a couple more ducts over here, as well as a speaker for our entertainment center. In the back here, we're going to have some more ducting for our AC, as well as right now it is equipped with just a little fart fan. However, this is where you could put a third AC. Then over here, we're gonna have control for that max air fan. Here is our thermostat, our house lights, and then down here is going to be our slide control awnings, tank heaters, lights, water pump, and our camera.
So let's move in and see what's the restroom situation. We're gonna go up the stairs because we're in a fifth wheel. Right off the bat, I'm happy, Joe. Why am I happy?
Barn doors.
Barn doors. We're not wasting energy trying to figure out how we pass each other in the hallway with doors. And you've seen in past videos where there are a lot of fifth wheels where there is a traffic jam because of the door situation. Now, as in all of the Alliance RVs, we've seen headspace is always accounted for. I mean, we have noticed that lots of people that work for Alliance are super tall. So I think that that just goes into their natural thinking. We have to make RVs that we could actually take a shower in, right? So now we've got the toilet here, nice and roomy. And because you have the barn door, you're not like, you know, having to have elbow issues. You can open this drawer right here. And that's kind of a nice little extra because I love our cubbies, but this is just an extra nicety that just covers them up. Down here, you've got some nice drawers for storage. We just put a residential vanity in the house that we're renovating. And I gotta tell you, I think this one is actually bigger than the one that we are having in our residential sticks and bricks house. Here we've got a nice sink, but I also like the fact that you have the countertop because you need room for your stuff. Now here's a really nice medicine cabinet. And I like the little towel rack. And speaking of towel racks, look behind us. This is really nice, just enough for me to hang my Turby towel. That's what I do here. I really like that we have all of our controls on this side of the room because we find when it's on this side of the room, we tend to just bump it with elbows, like we hit our arm with it, and we actually alter the controls.
Now let's move into the bedroom, and I do want to note the bedroom does have a door, but I kind of like the layout of this door. First of all, it's on a very strong magnet here, so you can see I'm trying to move it, and you have to give it a little bit of force to get it off of that magnet. So it's not going to constantly be swinging. It can hold open like this, and then when we close it, you have some privacy here, but there's a whole bunch of space up here on top for airflow. So I really do like that. As we move into the bedroom, it is a very similar layout to our Delta 294 RK. So we've got our bed here. Looks like it's going to be a queen size bed. We have some storage up here over our head. We have more storage over here. Now this one here is not going to be any room for hanging. This is going to be simply some shelves. So you have a shelf here and a shelf here. We have down here, we have a nice little place right here. We have a place for a cable over there, which is an interesting thing. There's some USB plugs. We have our household. Then underneath here, we have some of that same great hidden storage that we have on our Delta 294 RK. And then down below here, we have another drawer so we can have some stuff in here as well as up over us. And all of that is repeated over on the other side. Now up in the ceiling, we do have an AC here as well as ducting, which I'm not sure if it's from here or the other one. And one thing I do want to note is that Alliance is in the process of switching out ACs on the Delta line. I know for sure they are switching out to having like an 18K in the main room and an 8K on this room. So we'll have to find out, is that also shifting over to the Avenue line, because that would be awesome to have a little bit smaller AC here in the bedroom because it is a small space, but a larger AC out in the main room. Because one thing we've even noticed on our 294 RK living in Florida, the 13.5 in the other room is just not strong enough if you only want to run one AC. So running both ACs, we're completely fine. But if you're in a boondocking situation trying to run off of batteries, that single AC just is not strong enough for out there. It just never turned off. Now, let's see, underneath the bed, we do still have storage, and we have a lot of storage here underneath the bed. And you do have a nice thick panel here, and you can see the way that this is built. We've got a nice 2x4 here on our bed support, and then we have a nice piece of plywood there with very strong struts. One thing I love about Alliance is they know everybody's going to change out their mattress. So obviously this is going to be the same kind of mattress you find on all these RVs. You're definitely going to want to upgrade. Highly recommend Brooklyn Bedding, RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding. We have the Aurora Luxe, but one of the problems is when you upgrade your mattress, you end up needing new supports. Well, Alliance knows that a lot of us are going to do that, so they already put stronger supports in there. Now moving over here, we do have a linen closet. So we have a nice big linen closet up here on the top with a floor on the bottom, so you can put some few things there. We have a bar up there for hanging, but then also you have, look at this, with pull-out trays, and I actually like this a lot better than the drawers. So we have it just like this. So plenty of storage room here in the bedroom. Now, if you had to ask me comparing to our 294, I would say it's probably about the same amount of storage. You might have a little bit less hanging room because your side cabinets don't have hanging space, but this cabinet over here has more hanging space. So in the end, you probably have about the same amount of storage. You might even have a little bit more in here because you have more drawers than in the Delta line.
Now, while you're standing there, behind you is the TV backer location.
Somebody would like that.
I love the placement there. So this is my side of the bed. And because we do have a sliding door to our bedroom and not the door that they have here, you have to have the television on this side. Now it is on an arm and like this is a ticky-tack complaint, but because of that, we've got to swing out the arm here. And if I forget to not get up in the morning and close it, I bang my head on that television every single day that I forget. So I really like the placement of the TV, not just because we have a fair view, like everybody has an equal view of the television at night, but also because there is no bonking of the head.
While you're there, I do want to say you up on your knees.
Yes, I am.
On the bed.
Yes, I am.
And your head is not hitting because that becomes an issue for some people in a fifth wheel of headspace. So we'll take a look at my headspace in that same area. So here I am standing up. I am 6 foot. If I come all the way over to right here, my head is just touching. But let's be honest, who is going to like try to come all the way over here and be head up? You're gonna come over here to get into your cabinet, and you can see I have plenty of room. Now, if you are, say, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", you may have to duck a little bit to get in your cabinets, but once you come out here, you have plenty of room. Let's head on to the outside and take a look at some of the outside features. Okay, we're gonna start here in the back of the unit, and we do have a little outdoor kitchen. So we have our pull-out grill. We have a small little hot point refrigerator. And then over here, we have some storage. It would be great to be able to put all of your utensils for your grill. Now this piece does drop down as well. And you do see that in that bedroom, you have a little bit of a window to the outside. Coming down this way, this is our slide, which is where our couch is. We do have an outdoor receptacle here. Now, one thing you will notice compared to our 294RK, no television on the outside. And I can tell you, we purchased that because we wanted to entertain outside. And after 7 months of ownership, we haven't used it once. Now on this, we do have an awning that's gonna come all the way out. And I have to tell you, I like the awning mounted here. Over on our 294RK, the awning is actually mounted over the slide on the main wall. So when you extend the awning, it actually rubs up against the top of the slide when you have the slide extended. So I do like it mounted here on the slide instead. Coming down here, we have our Moride steps. I would have to change those steps out because we are spoiled with the easy lift ones. We have a regular door instead of having the glass door, which I actually like. And then we would just change out our lock to an RV lock. I would also change out the handle to our Moride Sure Step that we have. I really like that as well. Coming over here, we have a great size pass-through. Look at this, 101-inch wide body, goes all the way through. You can see some of our PEX piping there. Then over here, one of the things that we love about Alliance, control for our awnings right here, as well as control for our slide right here. We also have our cable satellite, and we have a receptacle. Up here, we're going to have one of our 2 propane canisters. So this obviously has the ability to hold the 30-pound instead of the 20. We do have an awning that extends from here all the way down to the slide. And then coming down underneath here, We have our bay where we can put all of our electronics, which means for me, more power. Yes, more power. We can add lots of batteries. I could really upgrade this with some big beard batteries, probably go to a 24-volt system. One thing you're going to notice right up here, one of the things I love is that Alliance is switching to using Victron components. So I love the fact that they've made that switch to Victron components. Over here, we're going to have our solar and our battery disconnect. And then right here is where we put our batteries, but we're obviously not going to use that because we're going to upgrade everything to big beard batteries. Up here on the front, we have our Kurt Rotaflex. And you can see there is also a docking light right here, which is perfect position for when you're doing all of your hookup. For tires, we're running Goodyear Endurance tires, and these are 235/80/16s. And they are currently running the Moride CRE 3000 suspension, and I'll find out if we can do any kind of upgrades on suspension. Here in the back, we have our ladder. Again, it's going to be one of the Alliance ladders, so little bit more weight capacity on there. In the back here, we have our trailer hitch as well as a spray port. Coming down the side, you can see here is our main slide from our kitchen area. Over here is going to be our Suburban hot water heater. Here's going to be our 50 amp plug, and then of course our Suburban heater. Right here is going to be our wet bay, the other side of our slide out. So again, we're going to have a slide out switch here. We're going to have our satellite and our cable in, city water. Over here is going to be our tank flush. I do like the fact that they're separated. Here is all of our pulls. I really like having it like this. Everything can be controlled right here. Here is our control for our spray port. And then once again, another feature that I love about Alliance is the fact that we can access things right here. So there is our water pump. Over here is going to be our propane canister right here. And then this unit does have the Lippert ground control 3.0 leveling operation, which I absolutely love. I can be honest and say that after experiencing auto level on our travel trailer, I don't think I'll ever buy another unit without it. Does it sometimes present problems? Yes, but it just makes unhooking and hooking up so much easier. Absolutely love having auto level on our unit. So over here, we have our GVWR of 11,995 pounds with an unloaded vehicle weight of 10,112 pounds. So a little bit less than 2,000 pounds of cargo capacity. And then we also have 5,100 pound axles. Okay, we need to do our like and dislike. However, before we do that, I did want to just go over a couple things that I have verified with the folks here at Alliance.
And that is something so magical about attending an RV show, especially if you're interested in an Alliance, because the entire company, I don't know who's in Elkhart right now.
I don't know.
Because the owners, like Joe, like Bill, everybody is here to answer questions. So even the person who designed the Delta line is here to answer questions. So if you come to an RV show, you can really get your questions answered in a way that you can't necessarily get them answered even when you are like on an RV lot.
Yeah, I'm going to say that if you're interested in Alliance, find an RV show because generally there's always actual representatives from Alliance there. Don't ask the dealer. Half the time the dealers don't know the answer or they're going to yes you to death. You want to ask the Alliance representatives. If there's no Alliance representative, call them.
Yeah.
Okay, call Alliance's customer service number and get your questions answered. And that would be the same thing for any manufacturer.
Sure.
Don't trust the dealer. But I trust Alliance because they actually make them. So here is what I found out. First of all, with the AC, we have confirmed that Alliance is in the process of switching over the Avenues and, like I said, the Deltas as well, to the Furrion Cubes, and they will have 18K and then 8K in the bedroom. Now, is it going to be on the unit that you order? It depends on when you order it and when it's built. So if you walk into a dealership right now, at the time we're recording this video, chances are you're going to have the Coleman Mocs in there because they're just in the process now of switching over. However, if it's ordered, that's something you're going to want to verify because it depends on when the unit is made. But they are in the process of switching over to 18K and 8K units. So that is really cool. The other thing that I wanted to let you guys know is this unit is washer and dryer prep. It is also prepped for a third AC. So if you want to put a third AC in the back room, you can put a third AC back there. And then also I wanted to mention that the trailer hitch back there does have a pin connector. So it's obviously capable of towing if you want to double tow. I would be more interested in finding out what the tongue capacity of it is, so that if you want to put a little like golf cart ramp or something like that back there. Now, some of the specifications, I took a photo of it so that I can read it to you. Length of this is 34.9 feet. It is 13 feet 4 inches taller. So that is a decent amount of height taller than where we're at right now, which is like 11 feet 4 inches. So almost 2 feet taller than our old unit.
That's significant.
And we have, like we said, a GVWR of 11,995 pounds. So here's the thing. I know a bunch of you are saying right now, hey, Joe, you said you would never drive a fifth wheel for 2 big reasons. Number one being height.
And that is the case.
And that remains the case. I really don't like worrying about height. As someone, I like being in a travel trailer because not as tall, and generally you can go almost everywhere with a unit that is only 11 feet 4 inches. That would not be the case here. So what's changed?
Happy wife, happy life.
So if I have to plan my routes a little bit more and make her happy, I'm willing to do that.
Now, the other issue had to do with, like, could we tow it?
Yeah, so we drive a 2023 Ford F-250 that is just about paid off, and I don't want another truck payment.
We don't want to have a truck payment, no.
Yeah. So the question is, can our truck tow this unit? And see, here's the thing. A lot of people just look at towing capacity on trucks. It's not about towing capacity, okay? That towing capacity, your truck can tow 15,000 pounds, is can your truck move it from point A to point B without blowing up the engine and the transmission? Does it mean you can go full speed? Not necessarily.
No.
Does it mean you can do it safely? Not necessarily. The other thing that really matters is what is the payload capacity of your truck. If you don't know, payload capacity is going to be how much weight can you put in the bed of your truck. And if you open up the door, you'll find a little yellow sticker, and just like you saw on the side here of this RV, and it's going to tell you what your payload capacity is. Payload capacity consists of everything you put into the bed of your truck, including the weight of your trailer, or if you're on a bumper pole, the weight of the tongue on your trailer, plus all of your gear and the people that are inside of the truck. So for our truck has a payload capacity of just under 3,100 pounds.
Okay.
So this one has a hitch weight of 1,600 pounds. Now, it does have a GVWR of 11,995 pounds. Your tongue weight, your hitch weight is usually going to be about 20% of that. So could we tow this legally and safely with our truck, with our personal truck? Yes.
Yes.
We would have to be careful with weight, because if you're going to come in, say, like at a full loaded here and be somewhere around 2,200 pounds of payload going into your bed plus our weight, we're going to be somewhere around 26. So we would be capable in our truck, but your truck may vary.
Now, the last thing that was an important thing for us to consider, like why we bought a travel trailer, like why we wanted the Delta over going into a fifth wheel, had to do with where we stored it. So we are people who do not believe in debt, and we like to make wise financial decisions. And so we didn't want to buy something where we were going to have to pay to store it someplace else. So we purchased the RV that we could safely and easily park on the side of our existing house. As you guys know, we have moved from that house to a 6-acre property. So now that consideration is kind of removed, and we can have a larger unit if we would like to.
Yeah. And also, by the way, if you're curious, freshwater tank, 48 gallons, blackwater tank, 53 gallons, gray water tank, 105 gallons. And that's actually the one that I care about the most, is gray water.
Okay.
Like and dislike.
You got to do like and dislike. Okay. So like is going to be that back room. Whatever you want to use that room for, whether it is keep it as like a kid's space, a playroom when you're on the road, or if you want to transform it into an office, having a dedicated extra room, a true bonus room, is so nice. So I'm going to say that that is 100%. And the layout of it, like I could work with what is in there right now. I love that. So what is my like negative? This is hard. I am going to go with the counter space. I'm gonna have to sacrifice some counter space. Right now, the countertop in our Delta is just configured in such a way that I have extra room for us to have extra appliances on the countertop. So if we were to go into this, I would have to be a little bit more choosy with what lives on the counter. If, you know, because we have like our dishwasher, we have coffee maker, we have air fryer, like, and then a lot of times we do our live streams from that countertop. That's how big that counter space is. So we would have to change things, but we have so much more space in here. I think it would be easy to move some things.
So I'm going to refute your dislike.
My dislike.
But I probably shouldn't. This way I don't have to get this RV. You probably lose maybe 2 square feet of countertop.
Right.
You're really not, you think you're losing countertop, but you're really not. Because number one, so you're losing the little piece that juts out in our bedroom.
Right.
And that juts out over the end. That's about all you're losing.
Where we sit.
Over on the side where we have our stove, you have about the same amount of countertop. The bar, losing just a little bit. However, we don't really have that countertop anyway because we live stream there, and we do not have a dining table or a dinette. So that would be all over there. So technically you would end up gaining countertop space because you could use all of the countertop space. Nope, you can't talk anymore because I know what you're about to say. And that's going to be my dislike.
Okay.
You can't, I know what you're about to say.
All right, what am I about to say?
So I'm going to get into my like first.
I just noticed it.
I'm going to get into my like first. Okay. So my like is going to be the pass-through. There's a big amount of pass-through space and then plenty of space for me to put all of my batteries and things like that in there. I actually have 2 dislikes. One is going to be not as much storage inside, specifically the kitchen, compared to our unit because you lose a pantry. There's no pantry in here.
Right, that is true.
The other dislike, which is going to probably get me off of the hook of buying this unit.
This is close.
There's no fireplace.
There is no fireplace.
Was that what you were thinking?
That is exactly what I'm thinking.
There's no fireplace.
You know your wife.
I know my wife.
This could possibly get you off the hook, sir.
There's no fireplace in this unit.
I do love our fireplace. Like, I love it. So,
but those are going to be my likes and dislikes. Let us know down below in the comment section. What do you think about this unit? Probably the biggest pro for me would be the fact that this is, for us, for our specific truck, a 3/4 ton towable rig. So let us know down in the comment section. Now, while you're down there, please do us a favor, hit that like button on this video. It really does 2 things. Number one, it's going to let us know what kind of content you guys are looking to see, but more importantly, it does help build our channel.
Also, don't forget to hit the little bell button, and that way, every single time I try to pressure Joe into buying something new, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Happy camping.